Now on BBC Radio 4, The Saturday Play, an atmospheric crime drama set in Shetland at midsummer.
White Nights by Anne Cleeves. Dramatised for radio by Iain Finlay MacLeod.
Hello? Oh, hello, yes. Thank you, Roddy. Wonderful playing. Well, I'd like to welcome you all to the Herring House Gallery. My name is Bella Sinclair, one of 2 artists showing at this opening, along with a great up-and-coming local artist called Fran Hunter. Where's Fran?
Here.
Ah, there she is. Now, this is Fran's first exhibition, and I would urge you to get in there and buy her work while you can.
Is there a discount for Biddista residents?
If you buy something, you'll get a cup of tea with the artist, Peter. How about that?
Wonderful.
Well, I'm sure there will be more people arriving shortly, so please feel... I'll ask Fran to say a few words about her work. What inspires her and what... Are you all right? Will somebody get that gentleman a glass of water? I have been painting right up to the last, through the white nights, trying to catch some of the feeling of the simmer dim, when the summer sun in Shetland never leaves us. And...
Hey, what are you doing? Don't touch my fiddle.
The devil is here.
I'm serious. You break that and I'll kill... Give it here. You bloody...
Roddy, calm down.
My father's...
Paintings! Someone get him out of here.
The rapture is now.
Says you rapture, mate. Martin, give me a hand.
Let me go. Let me go.
Let him go. Let him go.
Who the hell are you?
Jimmy Perez. I'm a police officer. Let him go. Back off. I want to talk to him. I say back off, Roddy. Clear some space. Just have a seat here for a moment. Compose yourself. What's your name?
I don't know. I can't remember anything before the painting. That painting of the woman in red, hanging on the wall there.
The self-portrait of Bella.
It's as if I was born staring at that painting.
Do you have a wallet?
No, nothing. I can see the devil in here.
Aye. Now you better run. You better...
Come to here now, Bella. Calm down. What's up, Jimmy?
Hi, Kenny. Have you seen a man come this way? He might have been running.
I did. That's why I came down the croft.
He wasn't at all Will.
Another sooth-moother sent mad with the summer nights.
He caused the right scene at the exhibition. Put his elbow through a painting, nearly broke Roddy's fiddle.
Oh, don't talk to me about Roddy Sinclair. The way he treated our daughter, he's lucky I didn't put a castrating elastic on him.
Well, that might calm him down right enough.
I'm heading out onto the hill for a few hours. We're getting the sheep in for the shearing. Gets me out from under Edith's feet. I'll call if I see anything.
Thanks.
Send my regards to your mother.
Oh, she'll like that.
Best summer of my life, the one I spent on Fair Isle. Come on, girl, come on.
Fran. I'm so sorry. Where is everyone?
Oh, people left. After the scene with that man, they decided to shut the exhibition early. It's a disaster.
I am so sorry, Fran.
Yeah. Bella's still in there, tidying up. But I can't face her. We haven't sold anything.
Well, you can have another opening.
I doubt I'll get another exhibition after this.
You will. I'm sure of it.
Thank you. Did you find him?
No sign.
It's like he disappeared into thin air.
Strange bloody place, Biddista, if you ask me. Half the village isn't talking to the other half after Bella was involved in that documentary.
What documentary?
Oh, who cares? Shall we go?
I suppose. I'm sorry it wasn't much of a night out. I mean, 3 dates in 5 months, isn't it?
6 months, actually. Not that I'm counting.
You know what they say? Good things come to those who wait.
Well, the night's young and I've got a babysitter. Fancy some drams in Lowick? I need a drink.
Sounds good to me.
Still digging, darling?
Kenny, you surprised me. What's the time?
Just past midnight.
Oh, I must have lost track of the evening. How did you get on?
I get most of them rounded up. They're like mountain goats when they're out in the hill. You're looking tired, Edith. Do you want to come in? I'll fix you a drink.
I'm wanting to finish digging these raised beds first.
That's nothing that won't wait till morning. You haven't stopped all day.
Oh, it's as good as morning just now. The light.
I saw Jimmy Perez.
Oh, aye. What did he have to say for himself?
Never a dull moment with that fella. He was after some guy who'd gone nuts at Bella's exhibition and did a runner.
He was probably fleeing from the local artwork. Or Bella.
You didn't see him. I saw him heading up the man's road. You've a grandstand view from here.
My head was down in the garden.
You feeling all right?
I'm fine. I'm just trying to get this done.
I might take a run out in the boat tomorrow morning.
Thought you were singling neeps.
Edith, she's needing the water.
There's 100 things need doing. You could start the shearing.
Oh.
The care home will let me off early. Could join you later on.
Oh, the shearing. It doesn't feel like a year since the last time.
I'm going to tidy the spare room up for Morak.
You got a week till the prodigal daughter comes home.
Still. I was thinking about that 4x4 Chris was selling.
Oh, yes.
We could have a look after all.
Oh. Well, great. It would be just the ticket. The crafter needs the right wheels. Oh, who's phoning at this hour? I'll go and get it. Hello, Kenny speaking.
Hello, Kenny. It's Bella.
Oh, is everything all right?
The boat shed door is wide open, banging away.
You're phoning to tell me that...
It's you that looks after it. I thought it best to tell you so you can shut it. Thanks, Kenny.
Who's that?
Bella, I've got to go and shut the boat shed door.
Could she not do it?
Apparently not.
Bloody woman!
Don't let her wind you up. I'll be back in a few minutes. Drink some gin or something. Hello? Is there somebody there? Who's that?
I'd better get that.
Just leave it, Jimmy.
Perez here.
Can you get me a drink of water while you're up? I've got a pre-hangover. What's wrong?
Right. I'll be right there. I'm really sorry, Fran. I have to go. There's been a death in Biddista.
In Biddista? Who?
I don't know. Kenny Thompson found the body.
It's not that man, is it? From the herring house?
I don't know.
What's the time?
1ish.
Come back when you finished work.
I might be hours. I don't want to wake you. And is it okay if your daughter sees that I've stayed?
Yes. Come back, if you like.
I'd like that. I'll see you soon.
It's terrible to see a hanged man. I thought it was a sheep carcass first, hanging from the roof like the old way. That's what it looked like.
Suicide is a terrible thing. Was it the man you were looking for last night, Jimmy?
I think so. We'll know more soon, once the doctor gets here.
Why do you think he was wearing that clown mask? Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know, Kenny.
He had a fight with Roddy Sinclair, didn't he?
Excuse me?
Well, that's what I heard. He broke his fiddle.
Are you insinuating something? Because it certainly sounds as if you are.
I'm just saying.
Well, keep your just saying to yourself. And he didn't break his fiddle.
Take it easy, both of you. You've both had a shock. When exactly did you find the body, Kenny?
It was after midnight, probably 1:15. I remember because Edith was late in the garden.
Would your wife have seen the man running away from the art gallery, Kenny? She'd have had a fine view from up there.
No, she said she didn't. Once she's got a spade in her hand, she doesn't look up for hours.
Bella, is Roddy at the manse?
It's the middle of the night, Inspector Perez.
I want to talk to him.
You want a coffee? What time is it anyway?
It's just after 2.
Aye, you're one of these guys who have their own time zone.
I thought, being a musician, you wouldn't be going to bed too early. What were your movements last night?
Are you questioning me?
I'm asking you questions, but you're not under caution. What did you do after the opening?
Went round to Martin the chef's. Had a few jars.
When did you leave?
I don't know. 11? Not too late. He's married. Bella told me about what happened when she came in. I was just nodding off before your visit. You're from Fair Isle, he said.
Yes.
Beautiful. Great cliffs. Perfect little island, isn't it? I know a great box player there. She plays small and intricate tunes, just like the knitting. Dram?
No, thank you.
Brandy and coffee. It's the Spanish way, you know. I was playing with a bunch of Asturian musicians. They lived on it.
You don't seem very upset about a death in the village.
I am a bit, but I didn't know the man. I know why you want to talk to me. I know I had a fight with the guy, but he did grab my fiddle. That's the first and last time I saw him.
You used to get in fights a lot.
It was a hobby. Out in the town, have a beer, have a wee scrap, make friends. Not anymore, though. Got to watch my fingers.
You still live here with Bella?
It's home. I'm on tour so much, doesn't make sense to pay rent on another place.
Mm.
And I like staying with her. Always lots of interesting people visiting.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for Bella looking after me when I was young. Anyway, if that's everything, Inspector, I wouldn't mind catching some Zeds.
The fog's closed in.
Oh, you gave me a fright, Edith.
Singling Nix would have tried Job himself. Not have some breakfast first.
Nah, I have to do something to keep my mind off things.
I know. Oh, it must have been terrible to find that man.
The man in the shed. It couldn't have been Lawrence, could it? But I just couldn't stop thinking.
He said the dead man was English.
Well, Lawrence has been away for a long time. He might speak differently now.
You would have recognised your brother, even without seeing his face.
Oh, would I? It's been so long since we heard from him, so long since he left. 15 years. Not a day goes by without me thinking of him.
The man in the hut isn't Lawrence.
I might ask Perez, just to put my mind at rest.
Ask him what?
To see the body.
Why put us through that, Kenny? And for nothing. See, it's too much.
Why has he never got in touch? Not once in 15 years. I know he was always selfish, but nobody's that bad. Nobody does that to family.
Kenny, Lawrence left. He left a note with Bella, It was her fault. Isn't that what you always said? She broke his heart and he ran away. Please, don't drag it all up now. Not with all this going on.
I need to see for myself.
I'm going to get ready for work.
Will you have breakfast with me?
I'm not hungry.
Miss Hunter, I was at the Herring House last night. My name's Peter Wilding.
I remember. You're a writer, aren't you?
You recognise me? Yes, I'm renting a cottage in Biddista for the summer, far from the madding crowd. I write fantasy, so it's usually only teenage Japanese boys that recognise me. What leaves you in Biddista?
Oh, I've seen Bella. Or rather, she summoned me.
Oh, terrible. It's terrible for her. How is she?
A little bit scary, to be perfectly honest. Someone had been flyering in Lerwick, cancelling the show. The person was dressed as a clown, apparently. Said the exhibition was cancelled due to a death in the family. It's no wonder not many people turned up.
Well, they say the murdered man was wearing a clown's mask.
Murder?
Apparently the doctor has confirmed it. News travels fast in Biddista. Very fast. He was strangled before he was hanged.
Are you sure?
Well, that's what people are saying. I thought I'd escaped mindless violence up here. The whole community is just... You look upset. I know it must be difficult. Someone told me you found a body yourself in the winter. A young girl that was murdered?
Yes, her name was Catherine Ross. I can't believe it, another murder. No, I'm okay, It's just a bit of a shock. You don't expect anything like that can happen here. And to happen again.
I know.
Well, I'm okay. Don't worry.
You don't look at all well. Look, my cottage is just at the end of the road. Why don't you come in for a cup of tea? Take a moment. You shouldn't drive anywhere if you've had a shock.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
We'll just clear your place to sit. Working kitchen, you know.
It's just like my own.
You have a seat there, Fran.
Thank you. Oh. You like crime?
I like to mix genres. And I think I might do something based on the Viking sagas next.
A Viking crime sci-fi novel.
Oh, that would have a limited market.
Viking astronauts.
Who's that now?
I don't want to be in the way.
Oh, no, you're not. Inspector Perez.
Mr. Wilding, I'd like to speak to you, please.
Hello, Jimmy.
Fran, what are you doing here?
I was walking on the beach when I bumped into Peter. Well, I got a bit of a shock when I heard the news. Is it true? Is it a murder?
Yes. I'm sorry, Fran. I have to talk to Mr. Wilding alone.
Oh, I see. I should go.
Don't feel you have to. You can lie down in the bedroom if you don't feel well.
No, really, I should be going. Thank you for your kindness, Peter. Bye.
I'll phone when I'm done. Have you had any visitors lately, Mr. Wilding? Friends from the south, perhaps?
Well, if you mean the poor dead man, no. I've never seen him before.
What are you doing here, exactly?
How do you mean?
Why does someone like you want to live in Biddista? You're quite a successful writer, I hear.
Only a blockhead writes except for money, Samuel Johnson said.
Why here?
That's a silly question. It's got everything I need. Quiet, beautiful walks. I can be social if I want. Or antisocial.
You're currently subject to a restraining order.
You've been doing your research. What can I say? Relationships sometimes go wrong. I regret what happened. Well, that's partly why I'm here. I want to put that in the past.
What time did you leave the gallery last night?
Oh, not long after the fracas. Well, the heart seemed to go out of the party when the man made that scene. More's the pity. We don't get many fancy events round here, and Bella's parties are famous. People even talk about them in London.
What did you do after that?
I wrote. I like to write late.
Were you with anyone last night? Anyone who can confirm your movements?
Of course not. I live by myself, in a rather small village.
Why did the man point at you last night?
Well, I don't know. I can't be responsible for the rantings of a madman.
He mentioned one of your novels. The Rapture?
Well, what can I say? Maybe he was a fan. You get all sorts.
Yes. Excuse me. I better get that.
Be my guest.
Perez?
Jimmy, it's D.I. Taylor. The fog's lifted enough for the flight to leave Inverness. Can you pick us up in Sunbury in an hour?
Sure.
We'll talk then. The cabin crew are giving me grief for phoning.
Very good. So, tell me about this novel of yours.
Biddista care home.
Hello, Edith. It's Bella Sinclair.
What do you want?
People are saying it might be Lawrence, the man who was murdered.
Why are you asking me?
Oh, look, Edith, I've forgiven you for the last time we talked.
You've forgiven me?
This is much more serious than a petty squabble about some television programme.
I don't think telling lies about my family in public is petty.
If you know anything, you have to tell me.
Now you need us.
Please.
It's not him. Kenny won't listen to me. It's his grief talking.
But there's a chance.
Why would Lawrence want to talk to you after what you did to him? Why would he go anywhere near you?
After what I did to him?
You couldn't keep using him forever. So he ran away.
Oh, Edith Thompson. There's a black heart inside you.
You phone up all high and mighty. Just remember, we were all in primary school together. I know exactly what you're like.
That damned woman.
Aye, Kenny.
Hello, Jimmy.
Kenny, this is D.I. Taylor. He runs the serious crime unit in Inverness, covering the Highlands and Islands. He's in charge of the investigation, so we're in good hands.
Pleased to meet you. Sunbury Airport's open then?
Aye, it is. What's all this about then, Kenny?
It's probably nothing, but I thought better to check. I just wanted to see the man again in case it was my brother Lawrence.
You tell me about Lawrence? Just while we're waiting to go in.
He was the sort of man that lit up a room when he walked in. Everyone liked him. When he went, I missed him. Everyone in Biddista missed him.
Why did he go? Was it for work?
He had plenty of work here. He wasn't so interested in the craft, though, but he could turn his hand to anything. Music, joinery, fishing, football. He was besotted with Bella. Whatever she asked, he did. He even built the herring house for her. Saved her a lot of money, I tell you. He always had plans to marry her, that's what I think. I saw other women from time to time, but no one could live up to Bella. She kept him hanging on a string, but she was too selfish to settle down. He took the rejection badly. It wasn't the first time he'd gone off without telling anybody. He went to Australia for a year once, turned up again as if nothing had happened. But her poor mother had to put up with.
When did you last hear from him?
He left a message with Bella to say he was leaving. He was never in touch with us again.
Will you recognise him, do you think?
I'd recognise him anywhere. Bella's an old woman now. I just don't see why he can't come home. I still miss him, Jimmy. I'd forgive him even after everything.
Hello?
Hello, Fran.
Yes?
I'm glad I caught you. It's Peter Wilding.
Oh, hello.
I just wanted to see how you were.
Oh, but I'm better, thanks.
Look, I was wondering if you fancied a spot of lunch tomorrow? It'd be good to get out of the village for a while. It's like a goldfish bowl.
I don't know. Things are...
Well, I'd love to talk to you about your paintings. Now, there was one in particular I was interested in. I'll pick you up about 12. How about that, huh? I'll organise a picnic.
I've got to sort someone to look after my daughter Cassie.
Oh, great. Well, I'll see you then.
Perez, you want a chip?
I've got a name for the deceased.
Finally.
Jeremy Booth. Goes by the name of Jem. He was from Yorkshire. I was making inquiries at the ferry terminal. A young guy called Stuart Lisk, who works there, gave him a lift to Biddista that night. Said that Booth offered to pay him double the normal taxi fare.
Where was Lisk the rest of the evening? Does he have an alibi?
Yes. It's solid. He's on the uphill Ia committee and they were working on their galley.
You got anything else on Booth?
An address. Denby Dale, West Yorkshire. He ran some sort of theatre group. He had a connection to the theatre boat that comes to the island every year, the Motley Crew.
I'll talk to Yorkshire Police. I'll get someone round there, have a look at his house, make some inquiries. Have you checked this theatre boat out?
Yes, that's where he was staying. The last there said he was a bit of a hanger-on.
Had he been to Shetland before?
The last said he mentioned visiting old friends.
So there's a reason he went to the art exhibition. There's definitely a connection between him and someone in Biddista. It's a small place, isn't it? Someone must know something. You keep at them.
It's a close-knit community. People won't speak out, especially about the other villages. It's brick wall after brick wall. And there was a documentary made a while ago which made a few of the families fall out with one another.
Why?
It's about Roddy Sinclair. He's a pretty famous musician. But it was Bella's contribution that wound people up. There's some bad feeling between Bella and the Thompsons because of it. On top of what happened with the brother that disappeared, Lawrence.
Have you seen this documentary?
I'm still waiting for a copy. Should be here soon.
Well, now we've got a name for the murder victim, we might be able to start making sense of this mess. We just need to find out who Booth was intending to visit on Shetland.
Peace out.
Hello. Are you off duty? Do you fancy a glass of wine?
No, thank you. I'm driving. It's a little awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask some questions. Work. Sorry it has to intrude.
Oh, it always will, won't it?
Sarah could never cope with it.
Well, I'm not your ex-wife.
No.
At least I've got an alibi.
That's right. We think it was the murder victim who distributed the flyers cancelling the show. The man was called Jeremy Booth. He worked in the theatre based in Yorkshire. Are you sure Bella didn't know him?
If she did, she didn't let on. You say the guy was an actor?
Yes.
Maybe someone hired him to get back at Bella. You know, she's not backwards and coming forwards, that's for sure. I've seen her give the sharp edge of her tongue to plenty of people, especially some local artists. Plenty of tall poppy syndrome here as well.
But why would a hoax or a prank lead to murder?
I don't know. Getting anyone to talk in Biddista can't be easy. You meet one of them on the stairs and you don't know if they're going up or down.
Did Bella ever talk about any bad feeling between her and Kenny and Edith Thompson?
No, Bella keeps her own counsel. We're just colleagues.
Should we go in?
Why, are you cold?
No. But we're a bit public here. A night like this, everyone will be out.
They all know we're friends.
I thought we were maybe more than that after the other night.
It's just whenever we try to get together, something always gets in the way.
I know. But once this case is over, I'll have more time.
Well, I hope so, Jimmy. Let's just watch the sun sit in the sky for a while. You look tired.
It's the summer dim. I can never sleep this time of year with the never-ending light. The time slips by in a strange way. I've just got all this energy that won't switch off. What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm meeting Peter Wilding for lunch. He wants to talk about my paintings.
Really?
What? What's wrong?
Nothing. Well, I'd just rather you were careful until we find out what's happening in Biddista.
I don't know if we should be shearing the sheep. But with everything that's going on...
Life goes on, Edith. What else are we supposed to do? Did you bring some sandwiches?
I did. You're missing a couple of sheep.
I'll go up in the cliffs for another look later on.
I've counted the hip flasks in the house.
Oh, no rest for the wicked here. Don't worry, Edith. I heard that the man who died said he could see the devil when he went crazy at the opening. Wouldn't have anything to do with Roddy, would it? You know, he had an album called The Devil Has the Best Tunes.
I don't know.
You don't know what strange stuff he's into.
Uh-huh. I wonder where Peter Wilding's driving off to.
I hear he's looking at houses.
I read his book. Oh, he's not riding ahead.
He's not the one shaving a sheep. Why don't you let some of the old lads from the care home come out and watch?
That's a good idea. They'd like a bit of crack.
Here. You know, people still talk about you. How you could turn a sheep over when you were just 11 years old. They'd never seen a girl do that. Well, will you go and fetch me another sheep?
Make you sandwiches. Round up sheep.
Peter, I thought we were going out for food. This is the middle of nowhere. There's not even a proper road.
I brought a wee picnic. Isn't it perfect here? Look, this is what I want to show you.
A ruin?
A secret garden. And the house has got bags of potential. We can sit on the rocks. They're warmed by the sun. Hungry?
Yes. How did you find this place?
I was house hunting.
Oh, is it for sale?
Oh, not exactly. Not anymore. Here, hold these glasses. Champagne.
You bought this house? It only has one gable end.
I tracked down the owner and put in a very good offer. I don't think she'll turn it down. It'll be a good project. I was hoping you might advise on the interior design. You've got a great eye.
I'm not really an interior designer, but thank you for asking.
A terrible business that murder was. Are they any closer to catching the killer?
I don't know.
Oh, you would hear before the rest of us, I'm sure, if there are any suspects. I understand you're a close friend of the inspector.
Who told you that?
Hey, I asked Bella if you were seeing anyone, that's all.
Didn't stop you asking me out for lunch.
It's lunch. So there's no leads?
I don't know much about it.
Well, I'd rather clear up any rumours straight away. You know how it is. People see a police car and start saying things like, no smoke without fire. I don't really have time to be embroiled in anything.
Well, I doubt you'll get embroiled if you had nothing to do with it.
Quite. The champagne okay?
I don't usually drink at lunchtime.
Yeah, it's delicious if you pop a strawberry in it. You need some fun in your life. Inspector Perez doesn't seem a lot of fun. I'd help you to play.
I don't want to play.
Oh well. No harm in asking. I hope I haven't offended you.
It's okay.
Still, it's nice to sit here in the sun, isn't it? Nice to have some company. Nice to feel some normality.
Come here! Bella! Stay there! Stupid sheep! How'd you get down there? What's wrong with the grass up here, eh? No. No, it can't be. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, come on, work! Come on, work!
Jimmy Perez?
Jimmy, I'm at the pit of Biddista. There's someone gone with a cliff.
Sorry you had to find him, Mr. Thompson.
Someone will have to tell Bella before word gets out. I'm not close to her. You should tell her, Perez.
How did you find the body?
And my dog was close to the edge. She was after a sheep. The eye get stuck near the pit of Biddista. I thought it was a fishing boy, first of all, jammed in amongst the rocks. I saw the red. Look.
Yeah, I see him.
Be careful at the edge, Mr. Taylor. It's a bad place for false ground. Roddy's got a red jumper like that, but I can't be sure at this distance.
I think it's him. It looks like the jumper he was wearing the night of the opening.
We'll need to send a climb team down to bring him up.
There's one on the island. How high up does the tide go, Kenny?
Not as high as where the body is usually. Oh, everyone in the village will be wondering what we're doing up here. It's just terrible. 2 deaths in the village.
Here, Kenny. Sit down. Sit on me, Jack.
That poor lad. Oh, poor Bella. I know we don't get on, but it's tragic. And everyone will know Biddista for the wrong reasons.
What's going on, Perez? 2 deaths?
I don't know.
An accident, do you think?
Maybe. But Roddy knew the cliffs as well as anybody.
Suicide? Because he killed the Englishman and couldn't face the consequences?
I don't know. I don't think so. I need to be completely sure it's Roddy before I go to Bella.
Yeah.
Kenny, is there a way down?
Oh, Jimmy. You caught me, resting my eyes. Isn't it lovely? So warm. There are so few days when we can sit out like this. What are you all doing up on the cliffs?
When did you last hear from Roddy?
I saw him yesterday lunchtime. He was booked on the last plane south. Finally.
I'm sorry, Bella. Roddy stayed. His body was found this morning at the bottom of the pit of Biddista.
No. No. There's been some mistake. He was on the plane.
I'm so sorry. I identified the body myself.
No, I was in there. He said he'd get himself to the airport. He got a lift from a friend.
Can I have a look in his car?
No. No, just go away. Why are you trying to upset me like this? This is too much, Jimmy.
His fiddle is here, and his suitcase.
Oh, he'd never have left his fiddle.
Bella, Bella.
Not my boy. Not my boy.
It's all right, Bella.
They cannot take my boy.
Come on inside now, Bella. Come on.
Jimmy! You'd better come down.
What is it, Sophie? Have you found something?
Can you bring some of those wee bags you use for evidence? You know the ones you see on the television? I don't want to touch anything.
Okay!
What have you found?
Near the waterline, a bag and a broken phone. They look new.
They might belong to Booth. The bag matches the description Stuart List gave us.
Well, someone's tried to get rid of them here then. But it's been a low tide, so they haven't been carried away yet. There's something else.
What?
Come this way to the overhang. I want to take you into this little tunnel. The sea doesn't normally reach up this far. Hello? Bella?
Fran.
What have you done to your paintings?
What are they worth? Nothing. Burn them. They keep on taking food up to me. I don't want to speak to any of them. I can hear them talking. The good Samaritans. They just want gossip. Like ravens picking over a corpse.
Let me clear up a bit. Make you some coffee.
No. I'm drinking whiskey.
I'm so sorry about Roddy.
There's no point now, is there? In anything. I was in Roddy's room and I found this little folder of old photographs. He'd been going through albums. Now look at this one. That's me. That's Roddy when he was wee. And I think that is Booth. He must have been a stray guest at the manse. Lawrence Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that other man in the photograph is Peter Wilding, but I can't be sure.
That's Peter Wilding, all right.
He was the love of my life, Lawrence.
But people say that you...
People have it wrong. I'd been in love with him since I was 13.
Why did you turn him down?
When are you going to learn, Fran? Nobody lets truth get in the way of a good story in Biddista. I asked Lawrence to marry me, and he said no. I never saw him again after that night. He was the only man that ever turned me down. And the only man I ever loved. Except for Roddy. And now Roddy's gone as well. I'm alone.
Oh, shh, now. Come here, Bella.
No. Don't touch me.
The body is old, not fresh. At first I thought it was washed in from the sea, but I'm told the sea doesn't reach that far, maybe a once-in-a-100-year storm.
Someone placed the body there, you think?
Exactly. Seems like the murderer knew the lay of the land well. They obviously didn't want to take the risk of the body being found either, washing ashore.
Any chance this could be Lawrence Thompson, the man who went missing 15 years ago?
There's every chance. I'm getting a DNA test done as soon as possible.
What's your theory?
I think the old murder might be the cause or trigger for these recent events. Same means of death as Roddy Sinclair. It suggests the same murderer.
But Jeremy Booth was killed in an entirely different way. How was it related?
I don't know. Bella Sinclair found some photos that Roddy had been looking at in his room from 15 years ago. A party at Bella's.
Let's see. They're carrying clown masks.
Bella said they were from a show on a theatre ship in Lerwick. It was birthed in Lerwick that summer. Look at this one.
Bella, in red?
Yes.
Ah, she was as good looking as people say. A fiddle. Roddy Sinclair as a little boy. Who's that?
Lawrence Thompson.
And that looks like Peter Wilding. And that
is Jeremy Booth.
Bella Sinclair lied to us.
Fran said she just couldn't recall it.
Yeah.
It was long ago and they were young. I probably wouldn't remember someone I met at a party 15 years ago.
I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. Let's go and speak to Bella.
Any more news from Yorkshire?
Yes. Jeremy Booth had serious money problems. His company was on its last legs. He had also just made contact with his daughter for the first time since he walked out on the family.
Tell me.
Booth walked out when the kid was 5. The daughter tracked Booth down this year. The mother didn't know what the girl was up to. She wasn't happy about the girl re-establishing contact either. Thought Booth was a waste of space.
Should we be looking at the mother?
My gut feeling says no. I think it's someone closer to Biddista. Although, at this stage, I'll be honest, Perez, I don't know if we're looking for one murderer or 2, or even 3 unconnected events. Are we sure Roddy Sinclair was murdered?
I'm sure. Impossible to tell forensically, But he grew up here, knew the cliffs well. Something must have taken him out on the hill. I think Roddy saw something, or figured something out. It's just a hunch I've got, but...
What?
Look at this photograph. It was taken at the party along with the group one. That's Lawrence Thompson.
Huh?
Look who he's talking to. How they're looking at one another.
Hey?
It's tenuous, I know.
Let's check it out.
The climbers have all gone.
Kenny, come away from the window. People will see you with your binoculars.
I talked to Perez. They want to do a DNA test.
You don't know what they've found for sure. Some poor drowned sailor from years ago, most probably.
It's Lawrence.
Bodies get washed ashore.
It's Lawrence, I'm telling you. Why else would he never have called?
I wish it were over.
Poor old Lawrence. Not even a Christian burial is inhuman.
We don't know it's Lawrence for sure.
I know. It must be him. Why else would he leave without saying anything? Nothing for 15 years. No. He'd have sent something, a postcard, a letter. He was a lot of things, but he wouldn't have done that to us. I hope the person who did this swings for it. Oh, don't cry, darling.
There's nowhere to go anymore. It's over.
Oh, but don't you see it's good? We'll soon know the truth. He'll be at peace.
I should never have lied to you. I'm so sorry. When you were in Fair Isle that summer, I was with Lawrence. I was in love with him.
No. He was in love with Bella. He asked her to marry him.
No. Lawrence loved me, not Bella. He wanted us to leave the island. Just bring the wee one, he said. We'll go to Sunbury, get the first plane south. It was never very practical. I said no, Kenny.
I was only gone for the summer.
The day he wanted to go away, we walked up to the pit of Biddista. He tried to take me in his arms.
Don't say any more.
He tried to take me in his arms. I knew that if he touched me, I would give in and go away with him. I pushed him away. The ground gave way and he fell. Hit his head. I climbed down the way my father showed me to the south of the cliff face. I could tell it was dead.
I don't believe it.
It was an accident, Kenny. I hid the body. There was no point ruining our lives, was there? Oh, we've had a good life together. A beautiful daughter.
You left me all these years with a black space in my heart. You should have told me. I don't know what to do. Perez is on his way. We have to tell him, Edith.
Oh, no, please. Please, no. What will everyone say?
I can't live with this.
I'm so sorry.
Edith, come back. Edith! Please, Edith, come away from the edge. The cliff's not solid there. Come home with me.
I can't.
Well, tell the police the whole story. They'll believe you that it was an accident, it wasn't murder.
I can't come home. I killed Jeremy Booth.
What? What are you talking about?
Blackmailing scum. We worked for everything. Everything. No one had a right to take that away from us.
You were in the garden. You were digging that night. I saw you. I saw you.
Both saw the documentary about Roddy. You know how Bella made the two of us out to be some kind of rich landowners. He sent me an email at my work. My work! He wanted money.
What are you talking about? We've got no money. Why would someone want to blackmail us?
Both saw me the night that Lawrence died. As I was coming back from the pit of Biddista, I was so scared he'd seen what happened. But when the police never came for me, I convinced myself he hadn't seen anything. And then the years went by. He got in touch out of the blue, threatening me. I decided to pay him, in the hope he would leave me alone after that. I arranged to meet him in the boat shed to hand the money over. It was so dark. I was scared.
Why didn't you tell me?
Booth thought he'd have his fun at Bella's show first. She spurned him 15 years ago, he said. No woman turns him down. He was talking like that, his back to me. And then he turned round, and he was wearing a mask. It scared me. I didn't know what I was doing. I lost my temper. I took a hold of his neck, and it snapped like a twig. I didn't know what to do. I hauled him up like we used to do with the dead sheep, but I thought people would think it was suicide.
Come away from the edge! Edith! Caney, step back!
Tell me it wasn't you that killed Roddy.
I hid Booth's things by the pier wall that night. I thought if nobody knew who Booth was, there would be no connection to me, no connection to Biddista. And when it settled down a bit, I went to the pit to get rid of Booth's things. You know, his bag, his mobile. Roddy was out walking and saw me. He started asking questions, wanted to see in the bag. When I said you couldn't, he tried to grab the bag off me. I pushed him off. He slipped and fell.
Edith! He was just a boy.
The smallest little slip. I'm so sorry, Ken.
Edith!
No! Katie! Katie, come back for the edge! It's fallen away, Katie! Taylor! Help me! Hold him!
Edith!
Okay to sit with you?
Yeah. I was just taking a moment.
It's good of Martin to open up the gallery cafe in the middle of the night.
A long night. She didn't have to die. Roddy didn't have to die. Have I just found out quicker?
It's not your fault. So, Wilding didn't have anything to do with it?
No. You know why I really feel stupid, though? I thought we were looking for a man. You had to be strong to haul that body up. Strong to climb down that cliff. I forgot the women are as strong as the men here. Some bloody detective, me.
For what it's worth, Perez, I think you did a good job.
You do?
You're dead on your feet. Why don't you head home? I'll take care of it from here.
You sure?
Yes.
I'll just make a quick call then.
Jimmy, what's wrong?
I didn't mean to frighten you.
It's 4 in the morning. Something happened.
Can I come around and see you?
Yes, of course.
Really? That's not too late.
No. What's wrong, Jimmy?
Edith's dead, Fran. It was her. I just... Of everyone in the village, I never thought of her.
Oh, honey, you sound exhausted. Where are you?
At the gallery.
Stay there. I'm going to come and get you. I don't want you driving anywhere. I'm coming to get you. I'll take care of you.